What's up? Do you support Trump?
Yeah, I do, but I'd like to make one quick point before we get into the discussion.
Have you been up here before?
No, it was my very first time.
Okay. All right. How old are you?
I'm 25.
All right. Let me go and thank like literally two more people, and then I'll give you the mic. Yo, D, thank you for the $25 donation on PayPal. D says, can you ask the guest if she could legally vote in the U.S.? I'd assume her answer would probably be no, because she's likely here on a student visa, if she's even in America in the first place. But thank you for the $25, D. Show some love to D down below in that chat. Thank you so much for your kindness. As well as Talia, thank you for the 3. Amber, thank you so much for the 2. And Carolina, thank you for the 27R over on YouTube. I don't know what currency that is, but thank you so much. And then Abigail with the $5 and Cara with the $2 over on Venmo. We are all caught up. Thank you guys so much for the love. Go ahead and take it away, man.
All right, so I saw a guy you were talking to earlier, people in the chat. He wasn't being disrespectful or rude or anything. People were saying they were spamming that he's KKK. They were spamming little dick emojis. Okay. The girl right after that, the first thing that she came on and said was, I think everyone should be nicer to each other and be more respectful. And the first thing I saw was laughing emojis and baby bottle emojis.
So you're misinterpreting the chat, or you're misrepresenting them better off. So when they're spamming KKK, they're spamming KKK in response to me having a conversation with a guest about domestic terrorists. And he was saying like, oh, well, like they're domestic terrorists because like they conceal their face and they commit like hateful things. And then like the whole like chat's response to that was to spam KKK, right? As like an example of a group of people who conceal their identity and do hateful things that like isn't considered domestic terrorists or something of the sorts, right? They weren't calling the guest KKK. You just simply like are like misrepresenting them.
I guess they said he is KKK, but
no, that's not true. The whole chat was just simply spamming KKK. They weren't spamming he is KKK. They weren't spamming.
Okay, so I mean, I saw it. They were
just saying
we don't have to stick to that. I just think, and you called a guy a piss boy because you were simply disagreeing with him. He was never rude or disrespectful to you. I think my point is.
Okay, and there's another misrepresentation. Oh my goodness
That's what happened.
Gracious.
That's what happened.
You're saying that I called him a piss boy because I disagree with him.
Did he call you a name? Was he disrespectful?
I called him piss boy because he spent 30 minutes having a debate with me about why he thinks that 9-year-old victims of rape should be denied access to abortion. I gave him an incredibly compelling argument with an analogy that he couldn't refute, and then he just went right back down to denying it without any reason. So yeah, I don't know if it's just me, but if you think that 9-year-old victims of rape should be forced to be pregnant with literally no reason, which is the baseless endorsement of the torture and mutilation of our children, because that is exactly what a forced pregnancy would do to the body of a 9-year-old, then I think you deserve, at the bare minimum, to be called a piss boy and an offhand sly remark. Go ahead. I'll defend that one.
Oh, you want me to? Okay. No, I mean, just my point is, sure, and honestly, yeah, I don't agree with the guy either. I don't agree with what he said either. I just think, and this goes for the left and the right, it goes for whatever your viewpoint is, unless a person is being disrespectful or rude to you, I think everyone should try to be better, try to be nice. That's just my opinion. I think the chat can be pretty childish at times and disrespectful and immature.
Yo, listen, the last person who came up here and made this argument ended up calling the whole chat idiotic and stupid, and then told me that I use this blanket as a cum rag. So,
well, yeah, I mean that was pretty weird, but I'm not gonna say everyone is stupid. I just think it's not how you should conduct yourself in like a debate. Because I'm gonna say this too. Most people, the majority of people, unless you take public speaking classes and do debates like this, like you. Are not good at articulating their viewpoints, especially in a kind of a conflicting sort of environment, especially with thousands of people watching. So I think the chat is like thinks that they're on some kind of high road or it acts in a very mean way when that's not really necessary. I mean, everyone's just trying to spread their opinions.
That's just like the nature of the internet, man.
Sure. I guess. I mean, it's just like if I had a big following, I would try to hold the reins and try to tell my chat to not be that way.
What am I supposed to like hold the reins on like right now? Like right now, like they're spamming baby bottle emojis. So like I'd assume the reason why they're spamming baby bottle.
I feel like it's because you support it.
I'd say the reason
You
why they're
give them a big
spamming
thumbs up.
the reason why they're spamming baby bottle emojis is because like maybe it sounds like you're kind of being really sensitive.
I mean, a lot of what the people on the left will say is that fucking conservatives or people on the right are so mean and angry and hostile. But then everyone is in here giving baby bottle emojis because I want people to be respectful. That's kind of like bizarre.
What would you argue is like more hostile? Spamming baby bottle emojis at a TikTok live stream or labeling your political opposition as domestic terrorists because they stand against fascism?
I don't think that's exactly what that guy was saying.
Oh, no, that's what Trump said, the president you support.
So he said, so he verbatim said that every single person who's opposing him is a domestic terrorist.
He said that Antifa is a domestic terrorist organization.
Okay, you're trying to compare that specific scenario to a person in a debate chat, like a debate, online debate, wanting the audience to not be spreading hate and like
No,
be
the
mature.
comparison is like between like the hateful nature of like a baby bottle emoji in a TikTok live stream and labeling anti-fascists as domestic terrorists. Like obviously like what Donald Trump is doing here and continues to do every single day is significantly more hateful compared to the chatters on TikTok spamming a baby bottle emoji. But yet you seem to have an issue with the chatters
I think there's
on
hate on
TikTok
both
spamming a
sides.
baby bottle emoji, but then you actively support
No.
Donald Trump even
My
though he's labeled
point
Antifa
is
as a
that I think
domestic
there's hate on
terrorist
both sides.
organization. Dude, this is like saying, well, I think you both are criminals when the two people I'm referring to is like a 14-year-old boy who stole a candy bar from a grocery store and the other one is like Jeffrey Dahmer. Right? Like to equivocate and to like
Sure.
say that spamming a goddamn emoji in a live stream comment section, right, is equivalently hateful to the president fulfilling
No, I didn't say it was
all
equivalent.
14 minutes of fascism is ridiculous. Right, Frank?
I didn't say it was equivalent. My whole point was
No, you
everyone
know
should
what?
be nice to each other.
You know what?
Unless,
You've beat me.
you know.
You've beat me in this debate. I can see everyone should be nicer to everyone else. So now that we've agreed that everybody should be nicer, everybody should be more respectful, everybody should be kinder and more benevolent. Now do you want to tell me why you support the 34-count felon, adjudicated rapist, racist who called all black people lazy, misogynist who boasted about walking into the naked to the changing rooms of naked teenage girls, who also said that he could just walk up to women and grab them by the P word, and sexualized his own daughter, calling her a hot piece of ass, and hit on a 10-year-old girl saying that he'd be dating her in 10 years, and was best friends with Jeffrey Epstein and was sending him letters depicting the body of a naked woman, including the statement, "May every new day be be another wonderful secret."
Well, let me say this. Just because I support him, or I don't really even support him very much, just because I think that I prefer him as president, doesn't mean I support every single thing the man stands on. I don't think he's the second coming of Christ or anything. I think some of those things are
guys, listen to this guy. I think he's right. He has like the right to moral grandstand here and to tell you to stop spamming emojis in the TikTok live stream section, even though he thinks America's better off under the rule of a wannabe authoritarian who is now illegally deporting undocumented immigrants where they're beaten, tortured, and starved in CCOT in El Salvador for weeks.
I'm not Trump's best friend. Okay, I didn't even vote for him. Here's what I am. I think that Trump is the lesser of other evils. I think that the country would be worse if we had Biden or Harris in office.
Who is more respectful and kind, Kamala Harris or Donald Trump?
I don't know. I guess we could say in public on what we see on TV, maybe Harris would be nicer. Okay. But I mean that's because she
you'd argue here
disrespect him as well.
That we have like
in the same way.
So you'd say that Kamala Harris was like more respectful and kind.
Maybe slightly more, yeah.
Okay, so why wouldn't you say we'd be better off with a more respectful and kind president?
Because being nice in a public debate, like a presidential debate or whatever, that's a very minute problem compared to the rest of the.
You can't
it's so
make this
funny.
shit up. You can't make this shit up. You have spent the last 15 minutes of your life trying to like criticize me for not being nice enough in a debate. But now, all of a sudden, being nice in a debate is a very minute and unimportant point. I'm fucking giggling. I'm giggling, Mr. Piss Boy. I'm laughing my
So
ass off, Piss Boy.
Why are you comparing this platform to, and you as like just a YouTuber, or whatever you are, a TikToker, to a presidential thing?
Well,
And
I would hope
to you whatsoever, but you call me piss boy. I call you.
I would truly hope that you don't think I have a higher standard to be held to than the president. I would hope it's the other way around.
No, I mean,
right,
bro. It's just basic courtesy.
Can you agree that it's like that I don't have a higher standard to be held to than the president?
Yeah, you don't.
Awesome. And if anything, the president would have a higher standard to be held to than me. And if respect and kindness in a debate is really minute and unimportant for the president, then it is just completely unimportant for me.
Well, it's kind of spinning what I said. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I listen, dude. This is kind of getting into the point where it's like coping and whining territory. Now, if you want to give,
we haven't even talked about anything political, man.
Now, if you want to give,
you're just upset that I said that your audience is immature.
I mean, do I seem upset? Like, I think,
yeah, you called me piss boy, and I didn't do anything mean to you at all. I didn't say anything rude to you whatsoever.
Well, I called you piss boy because you seem pretty pissy. Not because I'm mad. It's just kind of what it seems like.
Because you turned it into like a whole thing where I'm trying to grandstand or some shit. Like, I'm just saying everyone on either side should just be nicer and more respectful and more professional to each other, especially if this is a debate platform.
Okay, all right.
And as a person with a large audience, let's maybe you shouldn't just give a thumbs up to childish behavior.
So let's be more respectful. Let's be kinder. Let's reject childish behavior. Can we start with Trump? He's the embodiment of those three things. So those three things. So maybe we should start with him, right?
Sure.
We should revoke our support because he's the embodiment of disrespect, a lack of kindness, devoid of moral virtues, and the embodiment of immaturity. So we should start by stopping to support him, right?
Again, you're kind of twisting you're basically saying it's black or white. Like, life is black or white, but life is gray.
No, I'm just simply listening to what you're saying. Like you say, we as a society should be kinder to one another. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I think one of like the really big reasons why we aren't as kind as we should be to one another is because of Trump.
Sure, yeah. The divisiveness, everything.
So yeah, because Donald Trump is divisive. He causes a lot of a big political divide in this country. So therefore, we should stop supporting him and get rid of that divide. Correct?
It's not that black and white.
Oh, it's not that black and white. Okay,
it's not that simple.
So why should you still support him and be an active hypocrite by arguing that we should have a larger political divide because we have an immature, right, divisive, rude, mean, idiotic commander-in-chief?
Okay, you don't. Okay, so let's say at any job, minimum wage job you get, being friendly and kind is kind of one of the requirements. If you're not that, then you're probably going to get fired, right? But this is a president of the United States. Okay, it's an entirely different thing. So my opinion on whether he's nice or mean or not is irrelevant.
Well, no, it's actually not irrelevant because you've spent the last 25 minutes arguing that we should all be kinder to one another.
That holds no
when Donald Trump
on
is
this conversation.
It does, because Donald Trump is an active major cause of political division in this country.
Dude, if my boss is a dick to me, then I'll quit. Okay, but it's an entirely that's irrelevant to how I feel about who's running the country.
Can you quit being an American really easily?
No, exactly. That's why I'm telling you it's a completely different scenario.
So our options here are limited. We can't all just like quit being an American, but what we can do is we could quit supporting Trump because he's a big cause of the divide. Also, could you stop chewing while you're talking to me?
I'm not chewing. I don't know what you mean by that. But
you've been eating this whole time.
Yeah, you're right. I did eat a slice of pizza. My bad.
Do you think that the president is supposed to lead by example?
Sure. Ideally, yeah.
Okay,
ideally.
So if the president is supposed to lead by example, what kind of example is he setting for me?
Setting for you?
Setting for me, setting for you, setting for everyone.
Not a very good one, I guess.
No, not a very good one at all. So therefore, you should stop
But
supporting
again,
him.
see, but you're making it black or white.
Okay, so then why do you still
It's
support?
this or
Hey,
that.
has anyone heard? Has this guy like said a single reason why he supports Trump the whole time he's been up here?
You haven't asked.
What does that say?
Dude, I told you.
All I
I told
had
you
to
he's the
do was
lesser
point out-
of,
so
of
can-
other evils. I told you he's the lesser of other evils. I think
Okay.
that he's better than Biden or Harris. That's what I told you.
So tell me why you think America would be worse off today if Kamala Harris had won the election. Give me an argument.
I think that she's not as strong as of a political or presidential candidate than Trump.
So define strength and then give an argument that she's less strong.
Well, first of all, when she was chosen as vice president, it just kind of came out of nowhere.
Wait, I'm so sorry. Are you answering my? I asked you to define. strength.
I'm answering your question.
No, you're not
Yeah.
defining strength, and that was the question that I asked you.
Define strength. I mean, she doesn't give the qualities of a leader.
Doesn't give. So what are the qualities of a good leader?
She when asked about her policies.
No. You're also not.
I'm answering
what
your
are-
question, dude.
No, you're not.
I'm answering your question.
Because what?
Do you want me to give you a dictionary definition? I'm going to go look
the
up.
qualities of a good leader have like nothing to do innately with Kamala Harris, right? So you shouldn't be talking about Kamala Harris when I'm asking you what the qualities of a good leader are. What do you think the qualities of a good leader are?
So you're going to ignore the context of this conversation, ask me the definition, dictionary definition of the word leader.
Dude,
That's what you want me to do.
You are saying that Kamala Harris doesn't have the qualities of a good leader. If I don't know what you mean by qualities of a good leader, then I don't know what you're accusing Kamala Harris of not having. So, of course, it is very fair for me to ask you what the qualities of a good leader are, so I can better understand what Kamala Harris lacked.
One of the good qualities of a leader is having a plan. Okay, and she did not have that at all, really. I mean, she had no policies or whatsoever, really.
Okay.
Her only thing of vote me into office was I'm a black woman, or claiming that she was black or Muslim or whatever. She wanted a minority vote. She wanted a woman vote.
Claiming that she was black or Muslim.
She really had no policies or like I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna save America in this way or that way. It was just look at me. I'm a woman and I'm gonna be the first woman president, or I'm a minority, so I'm gonna be the minority president or whatever.
Yeah.
She really didn't have anything that made me feel like, okay, our country's in safe hands. She has a plan. She's going to help us this way, that way, this way, that way.
Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is, because you're saying Kamala Harris just had like no real policy or plan, we're going to go over her policy and plan. I'm going to tell you what it was. It's not that she didn't have it. It's just like you're not aware of what it was, right? Because you didn't pay attention. Not my fault that you're uneducated. And then what I'll have you do is for every policy and plan that I give you that Kamala Harris literally ran on, I will in turn have you give me that same reflective policy of Trump's that he ran on. And let's see who had like a better, more comprehensive plan. We'll start with healthcare policy. Kamala Harris ran on the healthcare policy of A, granting Medicaid a greater renegotiating ability with private pharmaceutical companies, right? So they could whittle down the prices. So we're spending a lower level of taxpayers' dollars on Medicaid. According to the Treasury, this would have saved us $500 billion over the course of the next 10 years. And B, another facet of her healthcare policy was to limit the out-of-pocket costs for private pharmaceuticals to $2,000 per year for every American citizen. So what's Trump's healthcare policy?
I don't know.
Oh, but I thought you said Kamala Harris was the one without the
calling me
plan.
misogynist and KKK.
Wait, one second. I thought you said Kamala Harris was the one without the plan, but now it seems like Donald Trump's the one without the plan.
Dude, I don't have ChatGPT in front of me or fucking Google in front of me. I can't list off every single one of Trump's policies.
So now it seems like Kamala Harris is the one with the plan, but let's just keep going. Okay, like
because you looked it up, dude. You want me to bring up my computer and look it up?
I don't care. Look it up.
Okay, let me start up my computer because you expect me to bring
go tell me
every
exactly.
policy.
Hey, sir, you're getting a little bit of it seems like I don't know, outraged, a little bit angry. Can you tone it down a level? We're trying to maintain a respectful dialogue.
You're not being respectful, though, dude.
I think I'm being respectful.
You're not funny because you're not being respectful, man.
You're throwing these very vindictive claims, posturing me to be something that I'm not, I think that's kind of like indicative
Dude,
of like a certain
your
level
chat's
of
calling me
gaslighting.
a misogynist and KKK.
Wait, one sec. Now you're trying.
And you support it.
No, wait, now you're trying to tell me that like I'm culpable for the actions of other. Oh my God, you're just gaslighting me.
You've literally
sir, with
been
all due
supporting
respect,
it
you're
this entire
starting
time,
to get
every chat.
really angry. I'm gonna ask you to tone it down. I'm gonna ask you to bring it down a level.
Oh,
I'm gonna
I'm so
ask you to
mad.
like. You see, you're acting like a kid, dude. Stop it. Let's just be two
And
respectable,
you aren't
appropriate
acting like a
adults.
kid, apparently.
Let's just do. Oh, now you're trying to give me some hand comment saying that you're freaking out, dude.
That's literally what you just did to me,
Okay,
right?
I'm gonna need
That's
you.
what you just said?
I'm gonna need you to just take a deep breath in and calm down. I understand that you're getting upset. It's okay. We're gonna maintain a respectful dialogue. Where we were at is you couldn't tell me.
Dude, your jokes are not funny.
Okay,
because you're being disrespectful.
You're interrupting me, and interruptions are very disrespectful, sir. Please,
Just like you have interrupted me multiple
just
times.
tone it down a level, sir. You're starting to really crash out, okay? So once again, I'm just trying to maintain a respectful dialogue here. So you told us
You're
that
actually
Kamala
not.
Harris.
All right.
Oh, dude, what are we doing here? You're losing your shit, seriously.
Oh my gosh,
my
you're
God.
so funny, dude. Oh my gosh.
See, like,
someone
what
wants
is he doing?
someone
This
wants
is
you to be respectful,
embarrassing.
and you think it's a joke, man.
Sir,
and you're not respectful.
Exactly.
That's crazy.
Exactly. You think it's a joke that I'm asking you to be respectful, dude. Just like keep your cool, dude. That's fine.
You're clearly doing a fucking bit,
dude,
bro. You're doing a gimmick.
Dude, I need you to bring it down a level. Like, this is insane. This is insane. I mean,
Exactly, like,
dude, I
I'm
need
trying
you
to rage bait.
Dude,
It's
sir,
fucking-
this is crazy.
it's-
I need
it's
you to bring
immature,
it down.
dude.
Dude, take a deep breath in.
When have I disrespected you? Tell me when I disrespected you. Tell me when I was rude.
Do you need the 77 hertz Zen music?
Sure, that'd be nice.
I'm not going to give it to you. Now, I want you to answer my question. So you told us all that Kamala Harris didn't have the policy, didn't have the platform, didn't have the agenda. I was like, let's play a game. We're going to go through like the individual like categories of policy. We started with healthcare. I told you what her healthcare policy was, and then I asked you what Donald Trump's healthcare policy is, and you couldn't tell me. And then
No, you actually said that you were going to tell me,
really
Harris.
mad.
You
and
said
then
that you were going to tell me.
Oh, well, he doesn't have any. So there you go. But then you got really mad, and you were like, Dean, I don't have ChatGPT or like Google in front of me, so I couldn't possibly know it. So now that you do have a computer open, can you please tell me specifically what Donald Trump's healthcare policy is?
Okay, let me Google because you want me to give you every single one of his fucking policies. I'm gonna Google health care policies of Trump.
Very specific healthcare policy.
Trump 2025. Okay, it doesn't even give me a direct thing like a list or anything.
I know, because he
so-
doesn't have any.
He doesn't have. You're telling me so he doesn't have any health policies whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that, but okay.
Okay, then what are they? You have a fucking supercomputer of Google with like a bajillion different searchable results available to you right now. What is Donald Trump's healthcare policy that he wants to get passed through Congress?
Dude, it's not like I can just pull something up within 5 seconds, bro.
Okay, then take more than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Dude, and you're laughing. See, exactly.
I can't
So make
even
it-
laugh,
make it mine.
dude.
No, so you
Dude,
just said.
oh,
I
no.
don't-
Oh, the horror. Oh,
you want
the
me to Google search for you
Oh, no.
his policies, and if I don't do that, then I lose somehow.
Lock me up. Lock me up.
Exactly, and then you're like you
Lock
think it's so
me,
funny.
lock me up, dude. Take me to
Your
jail.
whole fucking
Take me
argument
to
here
jail.
has no fucking logic,
Calm
bro.
down. Give me Trump's healthcare policy, piss boy.
Oh my god, you're so funny, bro. You're so funny. When did I call you a name? When was I rude to you?
It's
When
my
did I
first-
disrespectful?
I'm
You're a child, bro. You're a child, and
I'm
your chat is filled with children, bro.
Okay, all right. Could you give me Trump's healthcare policy?
Bro, you have to use ChatGPT because I fucking Google it. It's not gonna give me a fucking list, dude. You think it's so funny, but you have ChatGPT, bro.
Wait, then load up ChatGPT.
I don't fucking have ChatGPT. I don't use fucking
Dude,
ChatGPT, bro.
dude, what's Trump's healthcare
How is it
policy?
funny, bro? So basically, if I don't tell you from a fucking list that pops up on ChatGPT, then I'm gonna lose the argument.
I just want to know.
That's
what,
ridiculous,
dude,
bro.
use-
And you're laughing
this
like
is-
kicking your feet
this
like it's
is-
funny, bro.
This is
That's silly. That's a silly
Sir,
debate style.
Sir, this
that's not like that's not.
this
Oh,
is
I'm
an
somehow
open book
smarter now.
test.
I'm
This is-
somehow
Sir.
superior because I pulled up all our policies.
Sir, this is an open book test use any means, right, available to your disposal to tell me what Donald Trump's healthcare policy is.
Bro, it's just not pulling up. I don't even want me to. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Google's not great, bro. It's not pulling up a list or fucking health, fucking
It's because,
military. It's
dude,
not pulling up any of that shit. Bro.
Listen to my voice. Just block the haters out, King. Focus on me. Okay, listen to my voice. The reason why you can't find any Trump healthcare policy is because he doesn't have any.
I'm sure that's an over-exaggeration.
No, it's not.
And let me tell you, the things that I'm pulling up are long.
It's not an over-exaggeration.
That I can't read through the whole thing and
God. It's not an over-exaggeration. He literally doesn't have healthcare policy. I'm being serious. He's been hating on the ACA and Obamacare since 2015, and he said that he wants to replace it with something better, but he's never come out with a plan.
Okay.
He doesn't have healthcare policy. Listen, take another second to look for it while I thank a couple people for their donations. Mellis, thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat. By the way, I just want to, these aren't my words. These are going to be the words of my viewers, sir.
Yeah, and you support them. You laugh and you give it a thumbs up and you act like an asshole.
Mellis, thank you so much for the $20 on Super Chat. Who says, somebody come get their crybaby bitch. Mellis, disrespectful. Thank you for the $20. Show some love to Mellis for the love, but not for the disrespectful message. Feisty, thank you so much for the $10 on Super Chat. Who says, I'm 53 piss boy. Disrespectful. Show some love to Vicey in the chat for the $10, but once again, big nod of disapproval there. Zach, thank you so much for the $20 over on Super Chat as well. Who says, caller, be smarter or cry harder. Zach, you're really pushing the line here, buddy, but thank you for the $20, as well as Coral. Thank you for the $20 on Super Chat as well, who says, ironic how he calls you disrespectful when he's the one interrupting you, not answering your questions and calling the chat immature. Projecting just like a piss boy. What, Coral? Walking on thin ice! Walking on thin ice, pal. Calling him a piss boy. I mean, big nod of disapproval. Once again, let's see if we have anybody else to thank here. Yo, oh my God. Yo, I'm going to call you Champs. I think that's your name. I'm so sorry if I don't know how to pronounce it. Champs, thank you so much for the $100 over on Venmo. Holy shit, Champs. That is CHAMCE. Champs with a $100 says, guest came in with no plan to argue Donald Trump being a better president than expects you to Google his argument for him. What an entitled, spoiled brat. Dude, let's get 1,000 Champs W's down below in the comment section. 1 second, buddy. Be respectful of my donations. Champs, thank you for the $100. Let's get 1,000 Champs W's down below. Seriously, that is so kind. As well as Shea, thank you so much for the $5 on Venmo, who says rage baiting the baby guest tonight has been amazing. Yeah, dude, I need to stop rage baiting. It's I need to stop it. It's terrible. As well as Courtney, thank you for the $5 over on Venmo. Matt, thank you for the $5. Matthew, thank you for the $5. And Mackenzie, thank you for the $10, who says Harris had no plan, yet Trump has concepts of a healthcare plan when he's already had 4 years in office at that point. Yeah, that's what we've been talking about. Absolutely insane. As well as Mad Scramble, thank you so much for the $10 on Venmo, who says supporting a president who continually oppresses and commits crimes against women, actively disrespects women. They will never have my respect. Yeah, no, it is an active form of disrespect towards women to support Trump. Absolutely. As well as Jessica, thank you so much for the $15 over on Venmo. Sorry, not the 15, for the 5. As well as Darlene with the $5, who says, please call the guest a piss boy on my behalf for freedom of speech. Love you, Dean. Thank you, Darlene. As well as Crystal, thank you for the $5. Amy with the $5. Kelly with the $1. Bailey with the $5. Jessica with the $5. Julia, thank you so much for the $10 over on Venmo. I think that we're all caught up over there. Seriously, you guys, thank you all so much for the kindness over on Venmo. Let's go and check out PayPal now. Holy shit. Yeah, we got a bit over here. Christopher, thank you so much for the $15 over on PayPal. Let's show some love to Christopher down below in that chat, as well as Sarah. Thank you for the $40 PayPal donation. Sarah with the $40 says, thank you for showing all these MAGA supporters that what they support is 100% wrong and not making America great, but doing the complete opposite. Sarah, I appreciate you for your support. I'm happy that you enjoy what we do here. Thank you for the $40 and your kind words. Let's get 400 Sarah W's, as well as 150 Wendy W's for the $15. Alyssa with a 5. Aaliyah with a 5. Amber with a 2. Thank you guys all so much for the love. I would also like to thank Randy. Thank you for the $20 on Super Chat, who says, you give me hope for my grandchildren. Thank you, Randy. As well as, let's see here. Delta Hero, thank you so much for the $5. Mark, thank you for the $17.87 over on PayPal, who says, ... just saying it's the caller's job to find facts to support their argument, not yours, Dean. Yeah, absolutely.
I didn't create the argument, though.
Thank you so much for the love, Mark. Yeah, the creation of the argument was you saying that Donald Trump has healthcare policy.
No, I didn't. I didn't. You were the one who started, okay, I'm going to list off Kamala's policies, and I want you to bring me Trump's policies. I didn't create that scenario because I know that I don't know every single fucking one. So why would I create that argument?
So what happened was...
You created the argument.
So what happened was I created the argument of going through the individual policies in each category of each candidate. We started with healthcare. I gave you Kamala Harris's healthcare policy. Then I asked you for Trump's, and then you said, I don't know. Then I was like, there, you got it. Donald Trump doesn't have any healthcare policy. And then you were like, Dean, just because I don't know doesn't mean it doesn't exist. I'm not on Google. I'd have to go find it. And then I was like, okay, so do it, right? But like in that statement there, you saying, I don't know what his healthcare policy, but he definitely has healthcare policy. That is the creation of the argument that we're looking to you to justify.
Sure. Oh, sure. I guess. I don't know. I'm not knowledgeable on that. And I guess, okay, if I'm going to give you an olive branch and say, okay, he doesn't have one, I'm going to agree with you and say he doesn't have one. That to me, that's not, oh, he doesn't have a health policy. Fuck, I guess I got to stop supporting Trump now.
Well, I mean, it's just in response to your original claim that you don't think Kamala Harris had any policy. Here, ask me about like a category of policy that you'd say Kamala Harris didn't have any in.
Dude, I'm saying is...
State like a single category of policy, foreign or domestic, that you don't think Kamala Harris had policy in. Do it.
You're trying to put me in a box.
Dude, I'm just asking you for like, what's one type of policy Kamala Harris doesn't have? You told me that she didn't have any policy.
I'm sure she had.
Specify one type of policy that she didn't have? Okay,
so by me saying, oh, she didn't have any policies, that must mean 100% concrete fact that I mean she had zero policies. That she just walked in and said, I'm gonna give everyone cookies. Like,
yeah, that's exactly what
that's taking what I said to an extreme.
No, you said she doesn't have any policy. I'm so sorry. Are you saying that when you said she doesn't have any policy, you didn't mean that she doesn't have any policy?
Yeah, it was an over-exaggeration. That's pretty. Okay. It's pretty obvious.
So then, what did you
I don't mean that she
to
has
say?
Zero policy.
Okay, I want you to be literal, direct, and specific. What did you mean to say?
Okay. Well, you said that I was uneducated for not knowing all the policies that she had brought forth.
That's not what I said, nor that's not what I asked you. So once again, the question that I asked you
that's crazy.
Is when you said that Kamala Harris doesn't have any policy and that's why she was the worst of two evils.
Yeah, so I'm about to answer your question.
That's not what you meant. So what did you mean to say instead?
That, and I'm telling you the answer to your question right now. Don't say that I'm not, because I'm telling you what the answer to your question is right now, is that from what I saw from her campaign, and I watched through her campaign the entire time, and this goes for a lot of people. If you look at a video on of people interviewing people who are voting for Kamala Harris, like why are you voting for her? They would often have the exact same statement that I'm saying now, is that they don't even know. They don't even know her whole campaign. Oh, I can't say whole. I can't say exactly literal because you're going to take it for a T. No. But most of her fucking campaign was about, women empowerment or whatever the fuck. And it wasn't actually about real shit of why I want this person to be president.
Okay. Yeah,
and so it's not uneducated. It's just that her campaign was not very good. And even leftists agree that her campaign was not good when she failed to win office. They all said that her campaign was not very good.
Okay, so you're saying that her campaign wasn't that good. And in her campaign, she didn't inform you about what her policy was.
Sure, yeah. That's what I'm saying.
All right, well, so you're wrong. So before the election, because of her campaign, I was well aware that she ran on the economic policy of wanting to cut taxes for 125 million American citizens in the low and the middle class. I also knew that she wanted to increase the child tax credits to $6,000 for the first year of the child's life, $3,600 for the second through the fifth, and $3,000 from the fifth to the 17th. I also knew that according to the Treasury, her policy was estimated to cost around $2.3 trillion, and by increasing the corporate tax rate and marginal tax rates on individuals making at or over $400,000 per year, that she would actually be paying this off over the course of the next 10 years. I also knew that she ran on the social policy of wanting to codify every woman and girl's right to choose access to abortion at the federal level, and the immigration policy of Lankford's border bill that her and Biden tried to get passed of hiring more judges to run more courts on the southern border to expedite legal claims of immigration and naturally disincentivize undocumented entry. I also knew that she ran another related policy, like limiting the amount that any American citizen could pay out of pocket for private pharmaceuticals to $2,000 per year, or as I already stated, giving Medicaid a greater renegotiated ability with private pharmaceutical companies to save our government $500 billion over the course of the next 10 years. Right? Like, these are all policies that Kamala Harris ran on the election that I knew because she ran on them, and she told me what they were, either on the TV, in the debate with Trump, or on her website that she made sure to publicize literally everywhere on all of her social media and spoke about in multiple interviews and sit-downs. Now, if you're telling me that you just simply weren't aware of any of these policies, well,
Dude,
that is
you're
actually
in the political
your
sphere.
fault. That is your
You're
fault.
in the sphere. You live and breathe politics, man.
Don't interrupt me. Very disrespectful. Sit down.
Oh, sure.
This is actually your fault as an uninformed voter, right? And your ignorance doesn't justify your support of a 34-count convicted felon, adjudicated rapist that is actively eroding the social and moral foundation of this country by normalizing rape, by normalizing misogyny, by normalizing
that's a huge
racism,
overexaggeration.
while also passing the big, beautiful bill to reduce the purchasing power of over half of Americans and taking health care away from 10 million Americans in the process, and in taking food stamps away from 3 million Americans in the process, while also normalizing hate and violence by uprooting, right, the moral foundation that I think existed under people like Obama and Biden to a certain extent, by specifically targeting individuals on the basis of their race or ethnicity, getting the Supreme Court to approve racial profiling and ICE arrests, and then having undocumented immigrants illegally detained and deported, such as Abrigo Garcia, who was sent to CCOT and then had SCOTUS rule his removal was illegal, or the Venezuelan immigrants that were loaded on planes and deported to CCOT as well. Meanwhile, we had federal judges ruling that they couldn't send them to CCOT because they were granted no right to due process, right? Like, obviously, your ignorance does not justify your support of Trump.
Dude, most people are not in the political sphere. Most people don't do this every day and are constantly in the news cycle like you.
Okay.
Most people
that doesn't change the fact that
are
it's
not
still your
informed
ignorance.
on every single thing.
That doesn't
And you
change
can
the
see
fact that it's still your ignorance.
Countless videos on people on your side and the right. I'm not even going to specify, okay, oh, the left is bad. I'm saying literally you can look at countless videos of the left. And why are you voting for Kamala Harris? And they don't know what to tell you.
Regardless of what the explanation is for your ignorance, it still doesn't justify supporting Trump, right?
No, I think he was the lesser of three evils versus Biden and Kamala Harris.
Okay, and why was he the lesser of the evils with Kamala Harris? Because obviously it had nothing to do with her lack of policy. She had a lot of great policy.
Okay, let me give it to you like this, okay? Because you want to ask me, okay, specific, like, oh, what's this policy? What's that policy?
No, I'm just asking you why you think that he's a lesser of two evils.
I'll tell you, I am.
I'm literally just asking you why you think he's a lesser of two evils.
I'm going to answer
given
that.
the fact, how about this? Let me ask you a better question. Go ahead and give me an argument to demonstrate that if Kamala Harris had won the election, America would be worse off today. Give the argument, pal.
Okay. I think that when Biden was in office, that the economy went to fucking shit. The economy got terrible. And all that I saw from Kamala Harris was there's going to be a continuation of that.
Continuation of the policy under Biden? Sure.
Yeah, I saw this is going to continue to decline and continue to get worse.
Okay.
Well,
now you're making a
if she was
equivocation.
president,
Because I actually don't think that the policy of Biden caused the economy to get worse. I think that the policy of Biden caused the economy to get better. So actually, what I want you to do is go ahead and demonstrate how Biden and Harris's policy caused the American economy to get worse.
dude. And again, and you haven't done this with your other debaters. Okay, you haven't asked them for exact specific policies, which
Dude, I asked this question.
Crazy.
I've been asking. This is probably
and you know this, and I already told you that I don't know that.
Stop whining, piss boy. Holy shit! This is probably the most frequent question I ask on this live. Okay, right? The most frequent argument for why people were voting for Trump prior to the election, we don't hear as much anymore, is that under Biden, inflation was high. Under Biden, gas costs a lot. The only counter argument I ever give to this position is you cannot basically assume that whatever happens in the American economy is caused by the president, because that is a correlation causation fallacy. Sometimes I will use an example of like unemployment being at an all-time high in April of 2020 at 14.8% under Trump's first term. Then I ask, well, do you blame that on Trump? And you're like, no, which demonstrates that external variables can influence and impact how and what things happen inside of the American economy. So then I ask the follow-up question that if you want to make the argument that Biden and Harris were culpable for like negative macroeconomic trends in 2021 and 2022, then you'd have to explain what they did to cause them. And when I'm asking you, well, what bad economic policy did Biden and Harris pass? In all reality, I'm just asking
Don't you say the same thing about Trump?
What did Biden and Harris do to cause the high levels of unemployment? What did Biden and Harris do to cause the high levels of inflation? That's all that I'm asking.
Listen, man, you just said that Trump being in office makes normalization of grape.
Yes.
Okay, so don't you do the exact same thing when you talk about Trump, even though you just said that there's other factors at play, not just whoever is the president?
Well, the difference
with
I could give an argument.
Economy and whatever else.
Well, the difference is I could give an argument to prove how Donald Trump being in office normalizes violent sexual abuse against women. But you can't give an argument to prove how Biden
crazy.
being in office caused inflation. Can you?
Isn't it the president's job to is that what part of the president's job to fix the economy? To make sure it's going better with whatever policies, whatever fucking executive orders, whatever he does, that's his job.
Okay, yeah, and I would say that he did that job incredibly well.
Why would you say that?
Because,
I mean, the economy is shit.
Oh, well, the reason why I'd say that Biden did his job incredibly well is because what caused the economy to be really bad wasn't him. It was the pandemic. And I mean, like the levels of inflation we saw were global, not just here in America. They happen in every country. But because of the gallant leadership of the Biden-Harris administration and their awesome domestic economic policy, we saw the quickest rebound from the inflation onset by the pandemic compared to any other country in the G7, right? But your argument is that, well, they actually caused those bad economic trends. How do they cause them?
I don't think they caused them. I didn't say that.
Okay,
I said
well, if they didn't cause them, then why would you blame them?
Under his presidency, the economy went to shit.
Okay, then this is like blaming Trump for COVID because saying, oh, under Donald Trump's first term, COVID occurred. Therefore, it was his fault, right?
No, it's not the same.
Okay, why is it not the same?
Biden was in office, 2020?
Answer my question. Why is it not the same?
I'm trying to answer your dude. You want me to give you, bro? I'm trying to answer your fucking. Anytime I try to answer your question,
you can't answer the question.
You don't
why is it not
accept
the same?
I actually was going to answer your question.
Why is it not the same to say, even though Biden didn't cause the inflation in America under his presidency?
It is their job to fix it.
Okay, it is their job to fix it. And I would say that they took adequate and appropriate means to fix the inflation. Once again, that argument would be rooted within the fact that we saw the fastest reduction of inflation in America when compared to any other country in the G7. And by the time they left office, we had a lower level of inflation in America than we do now.
Okay, that doesn't make our again. Okay, so basically the house was flooding, but Biden and Kamala managed to fucking put some cardboard together and stop it just a little bit better than some other countries. So that's our A+.
Not just a little bit better than some other countries, than every other country in the G7.
So their cardboard trying to cover up the flood.
Yeah,
is a big gold star in your book.
I don't think that they could have done anything more. What else could they have done? Oh,
dude, I'm not the president. There's
exactly.
I mean, bro,
so you want to assume that they could have done more, even though sit down, piss boy, sit down, piss boy.
You're ridiculous,
so
bro.
you want to assume,
it's hypocritical.
sit down,
You'll
piss
say
boy.
the same thing about Trump.
Sit down. Quite frankly, sit the hell down. So you want to assume that the Biden-Harris administration could have done more in response to the inflation onset by the pandemic, even though they did better than every other country in the G7. But when I ask you what they could have done more, you can't give a straight answer.
That's not my fucking job. I'm not a politician, buddy.
Your lack of...
Bro, hit your anxiety pen, bro.
Oh, I'm sorry. I think the only individual that needs...
Oh, I'm going to be a fucking asshole for no fucking reason because
dude,
I think I'm so much
really
smarter than this fucking guy.
You're getting really
Oh my god, like,
disrespectful
dude,
now, bro.
Dude,
Dude.
What reason do you think that you have to be an asshole?
Dude.
What have I said? What have I done?
Dude, that was really disrespectful of you.
What reason do you think that you have to be an asshole? To be condescending?
You just made fun of my anxiety pen.
Yeah, bro. Cody?
Dude, that was really
like,
disrespectful of you.
Who are you to take this high ground, act like you're so superior?
That was really... I'm gonna need you to hold yourself with a higher level of decorum and more respect.
Seriously. I'm asking you a serious question. You're not funny, bro.
Here,
You're an asshole. You're being an asshole
real
for
quick.
no reason. What did I say? What did I do
Real quick,
to cause that?
Could you mute yourself and unmute yourself real quick?
Why?
Because the chat can't hear you right now. Thank you. I actually just lied to you. It was glitching out on my end, and it wasn't giving me the ability to mute you because it just said you were already muted, even though you weren't. I appreciate you for fixing the glitch. Very kind of you. So now I'm actually going to mute you so I could have a chance to speak here. Okay, all right. So yeah, I told you to sit down, piss boy, because I think that you've been like making incredibly like half-assed like anti-intellectual arguments for like why you think that Donald Trump is a good president. Right? And I think like obviously the most recent argument that you've given here is like an example of that, where you told us that you think that they mismanaged like the economy under their term. And then I responded to that. I was like, well, what? Their economic policy was great. Which economic policy did they pass? It was bad. And then you try to like blame it on me. You try to make it my fault that you didn't know one of their economic policies. Disrespectful, by the way, piss boy. And then I went on to say, well, like, hey, listen, man. So the inflation that we had in America under their presidency wasn't caused by them. It was caused by the pandemic. And they actually managed that inflation better with their great policy than compared to any other country in the G7. And then you responded to that. And you were like, oh my God, Dean. Well, they could have done more. And then I was like, hey, can you tell me what more they could have done? And then you were like, I'm not a politician. Okay, sir. Well, if you're not a politician, therefore you don't know what more they could have done, then how do you know that they could have done more? Answer that, piss boy. If not being a politician means you don't know what they could have done, then wouldn't not being a politician mean that you don't know they couldn't have done more? They could have done more?
What are you asking me?
If you not being a politician means that you don't know what they could have done more to stop the inflation, then how do you know that they could have done more to stop the inflation?
Because they're the experts, right? That's what they're hired for, right? That's like if I got hit by a car and I went to the doctor, and then the surgeon says, "Oh, there's no more I could have done," but he fucking like attaches your arm to your leg. Yeah, I think you probably could have done a better job.
Oh, okay. So, all right, great analogy, okay? Because like there's people that die in the ER every single day when being operated on by a surgeon or a doctor. And obviously in many of those circumstances, we'd say even though the patient died, the operator couldn't have done more, right? Even though that they're a skilled professional technician. Now, the analogy that you gave demonstrated, right, something that the doctor did to the patient that was wrong or bad, like attaching one of their arms to their legs, right? And in that circumstance, it would make no sense to say that they couldn't have done more, because what they could have done more would have been not doing the stupid bad thing of attaching their arm to their leg. So in the same sense, right, what was the stupid bad thing that the Biden-Harris administration did to like royally fuck over the American economy? What was the bad economic policy they passed?
Dude, I made a metaphor.
What's like the
and you focus on one individual part and think that that's like, I'm standing on that as like, yeah,
what is
they
the
put an arm
equivalent?
where a leg is supposed to be. That's definitely what I said,
Right,
man.
doing
That's
something that's
definitely what my point
wrong,
was.
right? Because in your example of like saying that the surgeon could have done more, you specifically said
That's a
that
silly
you had
way to
knowledge
debate, man.
of that
Silly
surgeon
way to
doing
debate.
something wrong.
You take an
Disrespectful,
analogy.
piss boy.
Disrespectful fucking anxiety pain. I'm a fucking asshole for no fucking reason because I think I'm so fucking smart.
Somebody's crashing out. Pfft, not me, it's you. Check yourself.
Dude, the whole time, you've just been crashing out.
Bro,
You're trying to been rage baiting.
why are you getting mad at me because you can't answer the question? Oh my God. Dude, little men and their ego complexes drive me insane. I have to put up with this shit all day.
Ego complex.
every day.
Isn't that what you've been doing this
Honestly.
whole time?
Dude.
You've been calling me names. You've been an asshole this whole time. For what?
Okay, let's get this straight. When I call you a name like piss boy, it's not because I'm egotistical. It's because...
Oh, it literally is. It literally is. You think you're so much better, bro.
No, listen.
Because you're like having a debate like, oh, I'm the fuck.
The reason why I'm calling you piss boy is because you're being pissy. How many times do I need to repeat that? Okay? Like, Dean being egotistical is not necessary to conclude that you are being pissy as fuck and embarrassing yourself in the process. Okay, I could be Jesus fucking Christ, born again in the flesh, and if you were being as pissy as you are, I would still call you a piss boy. Okay? Right? Not my fault that I recognize
How am I being
reality for
pissy?
what it is.
By calling you out on disrespect?
Right? I will happily explain to you how you're being pissy after you tell me, right, one thing that the Biden-Harris administration did in the mismanagement of the American economy. You were trying to engage in meta conversation surrounding my personal attacks on your character, including but not limited to Piss Boy, right? To avoid the question of what did the Biden-Harris administration do that was bad for the American economy. Now, in attempting to facilitate your answering to this question, I will promise you that I will not call you a piss boy or personally attack or insult your character until you answer the question. Okay?
I don't
no
know
more
the
insults,
answer to
just
that
answer the
question.
question.
I
What
don't
did they
know.
do?
I can't tell you specifically the answer to that very, very specific question that you're asking me.
Great. So if you don't know like anything that they did bad or wrong to mismanage the American economy, then how do you know that they could have done better?
Bro, that's their job. That's their job.
Wait, but their job is obviously going to have like
You think you're
realistic
going to tell me right now that they
restrictions.
did the absolute 100% best that they possibly could have done?
I don't think that they reasonably could have done better. Indeed. Prove me wrong.
I don't believe that. And I think that's a matter of opinion too.
Then prove it wrong.
That's just your opinion.
Give reason for your opinion the same way I could give reason for mine. Or are you just telling me that you hold baseless opinions with no speculative evidence whatsoever? Piss boy.
Okay, Anxiety Pen, what is your reason as to why they 100% couldn't have done anything better? They did the absolute best they could possibly do.
Yeah, outperforming every other country in the G7 and passing some of the best policies.
That doesn't mean shit. That doesn't mean shit.
Well, it doesn't mean shit on its own, but actually, it does mean shit on its own.
The economy is so trash.
But I was not done speaking.
So just because they outperformed other countries, that means they did the absolute 100% best that they possibly could have done.
That's actually not the only reason. I was still talking and you interrupted me.
Oh, just like you interrupted me this entire time.
Okay, should I just kick you?
Bro, do whatever you want, man. I mean, you don't.
Like, holy fucking shit, you are so goddamn annoying. Like, dude, you asked a question, I start answering the question, you interrupt me midway through, like 4 words in, and you're like, so that's the reason why you think this, even though I wasn't done. And then I was like, hey man,
that's the exact same thing you do.
Not the only reason.
That's what you do to all of your listeners.
Okay, give me an example. Putting you on the spot.
Bro, you have asked. Okay, answer my question. Okay, let's see.
Motherfucker!
You did it just now, moron.
Jesus
moron.
Christ.
You did it just now.
Oh my God,
you did
dude!
it just now.
Now the guy that came up here, now
Anxiety
the guy that came up here screaming about respect, the guy that came up here screaming about how we need to be nicer to one another, the guy that came up here screaming about how we just need to be so kind and civil and we need to have good diet, dude, is now screaming the R word. You know what? Just for old time's sake. Just for old time's sake, let's go ahead and go back to the beginning of that conversation and listen to he was talking and contrast it to, how we left it on. Jay, ask me about like a category of policy that you'd say Kamala Harris didn't have any in.
The plan, she's going to help.
For not being nice enough and so much, bro. As well as
KKK, they were spamming little dick emojis. Okay. The girl right after that, the first thing that she came on and said was, I think everyone should be nicer to each other and be more respectful. And the first thing I saw was laughing emojis and baby bottle emojis.
So you're misinterpreting the chat, or you're misrepresenting them better off. So when they're spamming KKK, they're spamming KKK in response to me having. What happened to that attitude, man? Where did that go? People who can see, right? That's not KKK.
I just think, and you called a guy a piss boy because you were simply disagreeing with him. He was never rude or disrespectful to you. I think my point is
okay. And there's another misrepresentation. I gave it back. You think reason of our head.
You want me to? Okay. No, I mean just my point is sure, and honestly, yeah, I don't agree with the guy either. I don't agree with what he said either. I just think, and this goes for the left and the right, it goes for whatever your viewpoint is, unless a person is being disrespectful or rude to you, I think everyone should try to be better, try to be nice. That's just my opinion. I think the chat can be pretty childish.
Okay, so there's where he started. Let's see where he ended.
The answer to that very, very specific question that you're asking me.
Great. So if you don't know like anything that they did bad or wrong to interpreting the chat, or you're misrepresenting them better off.
Oh wait, what the
hell?
So,
and if you were being as pissy as you are,
bro, do whatever you want, man. I mean, you don't
like holy fucking shit. You are so goddamn annoying. Like, dude, you asked a question. I start Answer reason why you think. Not the only reason.
Bro, you have asked. Okay, answer my question. Okay, let's see.
Motherfucker!
You did it just now,
Dude.
moron.
Jesus
Moron, you're a fucking
Christ.
retard. You did it
Oh,
just
oh
now.
my god! Dude, I swear to God, these goddamn MAGA hypocrites. These MAGA hypocrites, dude. These MAGA fucking hypocrites here. I gotta thank a handful of people